level-headed action.
Okay, we're at 92% right now. We're kind of rotating down a little bit. I've got my finger on the trigger.
And all I can tell you, I've been saying it for weeks, is energy, commodities, financials, growth just not happening right now. And the big mega cap growth stocks, the tech stocks, are acting like bond funds right now. They're going no place fast. My bigger worry this second is some of the consumer areas like restaurants, housing related, and retail. So a bunch of them are starting to top out here. So I'm wondering if the higher oil prices are getting to them a little bit. I'm not sure yet. It's more short term than a long-term bearish fall, but just a little rough patch at this point in time. So a little bit of changes, but nothing dramatic. And as long as the big indices trade above support the 50-day moving average, all is well. If they start to break them, you'll hear from me, Charles.
All right. Noted as well as usual. Great stuff. Kenny, Gary, always appreciate you guys. Really do. Thank you both very much. Now I want to bring in Grid Capital CEO Genevieve Dechter. So Genevieve.
So I don't want to pause Kevin's live too much, but I don't want to miss any part of it. So what I'm going to say is, if you're just joining us on HappyHealer for President, I'm Keith, and welcome. And we have here Kevin's show. Meet Kevin if you haven't heard of him. And he's running for governor also. He does a lot of this AMC stock coverage that we're talking about right now. So he said he was going to buy over $50,000 of stock. Hasn't done it yet. Today he's supposed to do it. He should have done it already, really, in my view. That was my suggestion to him. But let's see what happens.
The street keeps saying that this Reddit investor revolution is a flash in a pan. I think you believe, though, something much more substantial. What is Wall Street? What are these elites missing? What's going on?
Yeah, what a time to be alive.
I'm going to pull this down right here. Look, I'm going to put a limit in, and this is not going to fill right now. But if I put a, it's too many. Hold on. So if I put a limit in here,
it's going to go past your limit, buddy. It's 62 bucks.
Seven contracts. So we can put 7 contracts. This is not going to fill at this price. Because we bumped
this is hard to watch.
But anyway, this would pay about a $21,000 credit if it filled. And so, like, if we were to place this, this would give us basically you would allocate the $52,000 roughly here. And we'd get a $21,000 credit right away. So it's kind of like we're buying the shares for $43 this Friday.
No.
That's not bad. That's actually a bullish move because you're reserving the money and you're getting paid to make a very bullish bet. So we were just at 89%. I'm going to go ahead and probably, let me see what the market pricing is on it, because I screwed up the credit by messing around with it. Yeah, see, right now I'd only get, if I got 7, the market says I would only get about 16,000 instead of 21,000 if I placed it right now. But I'm really waiting for the stock to be up about 85% on a dip here to grab. It is like buying shares if you get filled, which on Friday you'd either get filled or not. See, because you could do both. Like on Friday you could keep the credit and then you could go buy the shares. Right? You can actually buy more shares. And then you would be.
This is the wrong message.
So like
Julie,
McFarland here, or whatever, who's mad at me saying, "Shake my head."
You're sending the wrong message.
That's actually not correct, because again, you could sell the put now, take the credit, then on Friday, if you don't get filled, take the money and buy the shares. Or if you get filled and you buy the shares and hold them. Okay, here we go. We're at like 88% now. This is about what I was looking for. Is getting a little bit of sell up here. Let me look at the RSI here. I can't be too slow on this though, because it moves fast. Let me just forget about this.
It moves fast. You're not going to get much better. It's already gone down to 60 bucks right now.
About 57. Let's zoom out a little bit more here.
This is your chance,
we're
buddy.
At an RSI right now of about 40. I think we should have done it at 30. Get down to about 35. But I want to see what happens. And keep in mind, okay? Towards the end of the day, you tend to get traders close out trader positions. So people with big fat profits are going to potentially rotate out, and that's going to potentially give me a better option or a better buy-in price at on selling a put. Which again, you're collateralizing, so the
selling
money's there,
a put. That's
and then
what
on
he's
Friday,
doing. That's not
long,
buying.
Which
selling puts are not buying.
It's just playing in between because we've got 2 days. So it's bobbing up again here. It's really teetering right here at around this. I worry that I'm being a little, I don't like saying it, the word, but the G word, because I'm just like, just type that damn order in already.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a while.
But like, and again, if I pick 73, that's being extremely bullish, right? That's the max bullish I could literally be on this right now. So, you know what I could do is, I'm going to keep watching the chart for a minute here. We're bobbing around that 88. We've had a hard time staying above. Like here, let's look at the chart a little more here. We've kind of been consolidating in the day, right? So let's push this out. Let's go 5 minute here. There we go. Yeah. See, we had our
blocks,
epic
and you don't know if you're
surge
even talking.
Had another surge here, and then really we've been in consolidation mode. And when we've seen these consolidation
that's so
modes before,
disrespectful.
it does one of two things.
I know I'm not
it either
online
loads the
because people
shotgun
are
for a
saying
run in the
that's wrong.
after hours, or it runs right before the close. So like I'm gonna be really pissed if this runs before the close. If it falls, it's probably not that big of a deal. I could also split this. I could buy some of the options now and some of them later. Part of me is just get your ASSS in here.
Yeah,
and just do.
You should have done it already, you loser.
Again, if I sell 7 put, we can afford 7. Yeah, we can afford 7 puts, and that's going to give me a credit of about. Let's make it an even 17,000. Let's go to 17,000. Okay, so if I put this in, I'm at 17,000. Let's put it in. I don't know if I'm going to get filled, but I'm going to put it in right now. And order submitted. Oh, did it already get filled? Did it get filled that fast? Because I raised the price.
He blocked me, I think.
No, I'm not buying puts. I'm selling
the smallest amount of dissent. If you just ask him the wrong question, like,
let me
what's your plan for healthcare? He blocks you.
AMC.
The guy's so
it already went through.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That's crazy.
You did a put. You're gonna lose your ass on that.
Very cool.
At $60.
We did it.
Did you buy? What did you buy?
Very bullish. So this is what that looks like. Okay, and it's a learning lesson for all of us. Julie, don't be. The only people who would be upset are people who have no idea what's going on. And then if we explain it, they'll be very happy. It's a learning lesson. I think it's actually great. Look at this. Look at this.
He's buying puts.
Yeah, we're up $600. So anyway,
it's going up. Actually.
We're up.
It's up to
$17,000.
He shouldn't be on. Oh, he sold some puts. So this way here,
he'll
raise money if it goes up because he sold the puts.
Let's see here.
That's such a cop out.
It didn't get halted again.
You tell people you're going to buy this stock and then you sell puts.
So let's see here. Okay, so we've given the option here, and the stock is going. And see, this makes sense because the stock is currently rising, and so we're making money. This is how you know it's not a short.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's confused because they see the word put,
no,
the stock is going up. It's at plus 97% right now. I told you I wanted to buy it in the 80s, where it was like plus 88% or whatever.
But
that's exactly what we did. It's literally exactly what we did. We took a $17,000.
Anyways, I'm not talking on
We got paid.
The reason why is he's got me blocked as it is at the moment.
$17,000 to tell someone that we would buy 700 shares of AMC at $73 this Friday. So as long as AMC closes for above 73 this Friday, I made a free $21,000. And look, we're also up $1,000 right now. So if I were to sell this contract right now on a day trade, I'd be up $1,000 right now, $1,100 right now. Well, it's also very bullish.
Yeah, he's copping out.
It's not a surprise. All right, somebody says layer SPY chart over AMC. AMC goes up when SPY goes down.
The only one that can see my comments is me and Kevin.
That's an interesting idea. I'm happy to look at. I have never layered. I know how to layer charts on Bloomberg. But I don't know how to layer charts on here. That's interesting. I'm sure there's a way to do that. Can somebody tell me how to do that? I've never layered on here before, but I have layered.
You should have done this way earlier.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he should buy this stock. He said he was going to buy this stock, and that he would hold for a year.
Or like some kind of overlay. Compare? Is there a compare button? Yeah, compare. That's what it is in Bloomberg actually too. Grid. So some of you say grid. Some of you say, grid. Oh.
What a piece of shit.
Okay. All right. We got grid. Now what? Symbol? Sync to another symbol? Is that it? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Oh, 2 charts. Oh, you mean side by side. No, that's not layered on top of each other.
Here's what I'm
I
going
want
to do.
one chart, and I want them like layered on top of each other.
I'm going to switch the account over to my other channel. The one I was live on just a moment ago.
Yahoo Finance says there's a new mega trend taking Wall Street by storm.
Oh, he's got members
only.
only.
Change the world and our economy
This
as
punk.
we know it. It's a $30 trillion tech trend that's likely to dominate the next decade. As Morgan Stanley says, the next decade of investing will be defined by this trend. Now, to put that in perspective, $30 trillion is bigger than blockchain at $3 billion.
Grow bubbles that through a process of rotation either get pricked, some of the air comes out, a lot of the air comes out, yet they feed on themselves
Okay,
again.
I'm done
and
with
seem to
Kevin.
be back in that mode. The good news is even as some of these have popped in more
I'm just going to write a little note to him here, and I'm going to tell his dumb butt, because he can read these comments when I write it to him. Other people can't. You know, in a way, I support him, right? Even now, because I'm still giving him a chance to come out of it. That's how I am with people. You know, you act like a dum-dum. I realize how greed hell is. I realize the mind. And, you know, I'm very humble in that way. So I'm going to give this guy still yet another shot, although he's got a lot of problems with him. And I'm not going to be fake about that. So if he expects me to be like one of his campaign kids who just go up, that's never going to be me. But I'll make him better for sure. No doubt about it. So that's that. I said, you know, you should unblock my ability to be heard on your channel while live. I pay for that ability. Or just forget my help altogether. And, you know, right now I'm still eager to help. If, maybe you can read along as I was writing there. It's kind of a little bit small for you guys. I do apologize about that, but what I'll do is I'll just read off to you what I wrote. I said, if I can't participate in an honest way, I don't want to participate at all, Kevin. And with my help, your chances just got way better. And I stick with things. What happens if it runs beyond 6 months? Because he only accounted for his 6-month campaign. But this thing can end up going on and on. It could run for the next year and a half if he continues running like I think he should. If you start running now for governor, and there's going to be a natural governor race that starts in 6 months anyway, really, then why are you not just going to do a continuation of your campaign? I mean, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Then I said, with me, it's not a worry. I would stick it out. They want $200,000 for only 6 months. You will see that is not even the start of it. I have a way better bust than what they're talking about. And you should be a bit more humble, Kevin. That's it. And you never should have blocked someone who's trying to help you. You wouldn't do that with one of your rich friends. Don't do it with me. Don't do it with your viewers, with your course members. You treat them horribly. You won't even answer their questions unless they're paying you. This is the kind of stuff that I don't like about Kevin, by the way. But like I said, I wasn't going to get into all that. That's not really what this was about. I just want to see if he bought his AMC stock. And apparently he never did, so that was a lie too. He sold puts. And he's hoping once it gets to $73 that he can get out of that or something. What a retarded thing to do, Kevin. That's not what you said you were going to do. And guess what? The apes aren't going to let you get away with it. That was horrible. All right, let's get on to somebody who's going to update us really about AMC. You know, Kevin is more of a BS artist than he is knowledgeable on the stock market. He knows more about other things like real estate. I'll give him that. But the stock market, he babbles. I mean, I could do that. And then convince other people that you know something based on the babble. You know, read a little article, da-da-da-da. It's done, simple. And this guy, he does a lot of that kind of stuff. And when he's wrong, he circles back and he tries to reinvent the wheel. So his course members pay for it. What can I say? All right, they're live too, going on about the stock, just like I am.
66,
oh, it's
seems like
60,
every $2 is like
again.
a different segment for AMC. 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. Seems like we're just moving in these like $2 ranges.
Kevin could have done a lot better, but he got weak. Take a look at that action on AMC. I hope you're in it. I hope I got the apes with me today.
We're looking strong still. Slow. What time is it? It's about 2:30, 2:24. So we have about 30 minutes to power hour. If you haven't heard that term before, power hour is just, it's the reference to the final trading hour of the day between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern. It's called power hour just because in the final hour, people have to make more decisions about what they're going to do. So you tend to see more volatility, more, I guess, action really is the best way to put it, because people have to make decisions before the market closes. All right, we're looking good. We're going higher and higher. Let's get above 66. Uh, 64. Jimmy's hanging out at this level of 278. Come on. All right. I think what it could be, honestly, now that I'm like thinking more about it, just reading some things, I think this might just be that consolidation into power hour. And then, so it might be just like a little bit, like 30 more minutes of drifting. And then for power hour, I mean, everyone has to be paying attention, especially to AMC right now. I know there's some eyes on GME. I know there's some eyes on
That's right.
BB, but I just really do think that people are like, all right, let's see how this plays out. And if anyone's trying to make decisions, we could see some movement in the final hour of the day.
And this guy, look at him. He's normally got 212.
Let's see how it all goes.
He's got 212,000.
First time here. Thank you so much. Got yourself a new sub at AMC Bloomberg.
He's got 200. I'm going to subscribe to him too. He's got 212,000 subscribers.
If options expire in the money,
and he's got 71,000 live right on board now. That's how strong this thing is.
You don't have the money to basically exercise your contract in your account. Your brokerage is going to sell it within like the last hour or something. It depends on the brokerage, but they're going to sell it. They're going to play the other side.
It's going up again. It's starting its move up. It'll make it to 65 likely. Let's see.
David, becoming a space safe. Hey, Mac, love your work, brother. Could you explain the difference between a gamma and short squeeze for all of us? Keep it up. Okay, yes, this is very, very important. I know I use that terminology a lot, but this is what you need to know. A short squeeze is basically when there's a lot of people betting against the stock, it goes up. At some point, they hit their risk tolerance, so they close the position. To close a short position, you have to buy the shares back. Buying pushes the stock up more, so inherently it's just a little bit, but that might put enough pressure on another short to cover theirs, so that pushes up more. And if there's enough shorts, it gets out of hand and the stock goes sky high because they don't want to be the last one out. They want to be the first one out if they think it's moving against them. A gamma squeeze relates to the options market and market makers. Most options are sold by market makers, and they love selling out of the money calls because most expire worthless. But in weird scenarios, such as AMC, such as what we saw in GME, you can have a lot of call options that go from out of the money, as in the trading below the strike price, to in the money, as in the stock is now trading above the strike price. Because of that, because of all the market makers selling it, that puts a lot of exposure on them. It gives them a lot of risk. To help mitigate that risk, they buy shares themselves. They own shares to help bring their risk level down. And as many of these go from out of the money to in the money, you're going to see like basically big jumps in their risk, which means they have to buy a bunch of shares, which could push the stock up. So right there, it's just another form of buying pressure. So short squeeze relates to shorts covering their position. A gamma squeeze relates to market makers buying a bunch of shares to cover their own delta exposure. Both are just buying. At the end of the day, buying is buying, and they can both send it high, and the one can prompt the other. And then it can also just prompt legitimate FOMO buying. People are saying, I don't want to miss out on this run. I want to buy.
Right.
So all three of these are just legitimate forms of buying.
That's why
push
people
the
are
stock
watching him, because
higher
he's
and
right.
higher.
That's what's happening. And you could see
It's a
my
great
little,
question.
right there to the off, I'm giving you the exact movement on the live right here. And it's moving. It's moving.
How does the option call break even work? If it breaks even, does it go up a lot depending on the price of the stock? What do you have to multiply? Yeah, if the stock is above your break even price, as it goes up more and more, you'll make more and more profit.
Yeah, it's really comfortable to be a little bit above your break even, just because you don't have to worry as much, and that's a good feeling. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come off. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I'll come back on later. Be sure to subscribe because I talk about all kinds of things. It doesn't end here. This is just something I wanted to cover. God bless you guys.